couple of friends have requested this from me, a beginner's gym video. So just left the beach, got my hat on, my bathing suit, a little bit of a tan. Anyway, I'm literally gonna go change and then work out. So you gotta squeeze it in where you can. Today is upper body for me, so I'm gonna do a beginner's upper body gym day. Before we get started, what are your main goals? Everybody's gym day is gonna be different based on their goals. But there are some basic fundamental tips that I can give you as you're starting to get yourself back out there or get out there for the first time. One thing I want to touch on is a lot of people think that cardio is where it's at to lose weight and things like that. If your goal is to lose weight, I'd actually say cardio isn't the best approach. Definitely want to do cardio as a warm-up and maybe even as a cool down. You can do that, but I wouldn't exert too much energy with cardio. You want to incorporate some weightlifting. You want to incorporate some muscle building and lifting weights. The more muscle mass that you have, the better that your metabolism is. Your metabolism is going to be a lot more efficient if you have more muscle mass to you in your body. The second thing is I personally break down my sessions into body parts because then you can really focus in and hone in on specific body parts. Now, if you can only go 3 or 2 days a week, then I would suggest more incorporating HIIT training, high intensity interval training. That's typically the rule of thumb. If you're going to only do 2 to 3 days a week, definitely try to incorporate HIIT training. I would suggest maybe doing a research on that or looking up a video. I may do a video on that, but to be quite honest with you guys, I don't do much HIIT training. I try to break it down by body parts. Sometimes people will break down their workout, what they call push-pull days and leg days. So push days meaning you're working on your chest and your triceps. Those push movements are focusing on those muscles. And then pull days are typically always working on your back and your biceps. So any pulling movement is gonna work those muscles. And that's why if you ever hear push and pull days, that's what people are referring to is the upper body parts that they're planning to work on that day. I want to make sure that you guys go in feeling comfortable. Don't be intimidated. I know that the gym can be a very intimidating place, especially if it's been a long time since you've gone. But I'm here to tell you that a lot of people that go, and especially people who have been going for a long time, they get the struggle. They understand because at some point we've all been there, right? At some point it was new to every one of us. So believe it or not, the ones that have been there the longest empathize more with the newbies because we all went in there feeling unsure or even scared as far as what to do. The purpose of this video is to give you exercises that are beginner friendly, get a good workout in, and more importantly, you can start focusing on building some muscle. So that's what we're focusing on, and that's my goal for you all today. I'm gonna go ahead and see, this was me at the beach today. It was beautiful weather. I'll show you all again. But now it's time to put in the work because the gym will be closing soon and I don't want to miss. First things first, we are going to warm up. A warm up is very important to any workout routine. I'll usually do about 5 to 10 minutes of this. I like to do the rowing specifically for my upper body days because I feel that it really helps to get those upper body muscles going, ready for a full workout. Even on your warm up, you want to make sure that you're keeping a nice, good form and a good posture. Make sure that you're sitting upright. You want to have a slight arch to your back, and you want to have your shoulders also somewhat arched back. Now here what I'm trying to do is show you the difference between the two rowing methods you can use. I personally like to do what's called an underhand row because I think that this works the bicep muscles a little bit more. I will probably show you at some point. I feel like I have a mean back as it is, so I don't necessarily have to put much effort or put forth much time and working on my upper back, but I do want to get those biceps right. So that's specifically why I choose to do an underhand row versus an overhead row. Next exercise up is a chest press on the chest press machine. I think that the machines do a great job at targeting specific muscles, but also they are really good for beginners because they can help with ensuring your form is correct and also provide you with a challenge as you can move the weight around to your liking much more easier than free weights. I would suggest that you start off slow, keep the weight fairly low and work your way up. That way it helps you to make sure you're preventing injuries. If you find that the weight is too low, then you can always up it up a notch. Remember, you're just starting out, so your goals are going to be more to get yourself comfortable at the gym, get yourself comfortable with certain machines, and try to focus on perfecting your form. Then we can start to focus on adding more weight. You want to aim for about an 8 to 12 rep range, meaning that you repeat the same movement, targeting the same muscles. You repeat it 8 to 12 times. That is supposed to be the sweet spot for gaining both endurance and muscles, is an 8 to 12 rep range. If you get bold and daring, you can try some free weight. This is what's called a superset, meaning you do both exercises in one session. So I'm incorporating both the chest press and, as you can see here, the chest flies to target different muscle groups within the chest area. So if you're feeling daring, if you're feeling good, if you're feeling confident and you have the energy, supersets are a great way to keep the heart rate up. They're also very time efficient, and they're just a great way to, again, target all sorts of different muscle areas within whatever area you're working on. You can do it this way, or I've done a variation here. You can just work specifically on different targeted muscles within the area to really isolate each muscle within that muscle group. I want to talk about form as well really quickly. Whenever you're doing many of the chest exercises, especially when you're sitting down or on a bench, you want to have a slight arch to your back, a slight arch to your lower back, and you want to make sure that you're bracing your core. All that simply means is that you're tightening your core and arching your back, and this form is usually the best form when performing most chest exercises like the ones that you see here. So again, as you can see in the video, I'm showing you different variations. You can do the superset, or you can just do a chest fly, or vice versa. You will see that even within the same body group, there is a difference in strength due to different muscles being targeted with each individual exercise. Last exercise for the day, we are finishing off with working on our triceps. Not sure if you noticed in the video, but I made it a point to focus on the bigger muscle groups first, and then I worked my way down to the smaller targeted areas such as my triceps. I like to switch it up. I don't necessarily do it like this all the time, but I have read and heard that this is the best approach, simply because you want to target the larger muscles first, and then you work your way into targeting the smaller muscles. When you are doing larger muscle groups, also you will be targeting the smaller areas as well. So the idea behind it is that you want to preserve more of your energy for the larger muscles so that you can have enough energy for those large muscle groups. And there you have it. That is the last exercise. This is a nice full beginner's gym day, upper body push day, working on the chest and the tris. Started up with a good warm up, went into the chest press with the machine, also did some triceps on the machine, and then moved our way over to the free weights. You guys, try not to be intimidated by the free weight area and the benches. I promise you, everyone that's there is focused on themselves. They aren't really focused or paying attention to you and what you're doing. I really want to encourage you and motivate you to try to do some of the free weights. Just try to keep the weight light in the beginning, until you get used to it. Make sure that you're keeping lightweight. I would even suggest keeping the reps high as well. So doing lower weight and more reps, maybe can do 15 to 20 reps to start out, just to get the muscles moving, get the muscles used to the movements, and kind of signaling from the brain to the muscles that, okay, we're about to start putting in the work and we're starting to put in work now. Taking it slow is the best approach. And I think that that's also going to help you with building your confidence as you go. You definitely want to do your best to try to prevent any injuries. And don't worry about what other people are lifting or what they're doing. Again, people are there focused on themselves. They're very rarely going to look at you and what you're doing. So just make sure that you stay motivated, stay consistent. Just try to stick to lighter weight, taking it slow, and then progress your way up. That is the best approach. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Love you all. Take care. Bye.